So with the last video we did on the Vanguard solution Speedloader, it was a great success. You guys seem to love it. It was actually quite a good response for a video, so thank you all for that. But we're just going to clear up a few things that I missed, and we're going to give it, a proper, say, run through of what you'd be doing in the game zone or in the safe zone on a game day. First thing I want to clear up with this is that the adapters that came with this Speedloader, that was supplied with the Speedloader to me, these are not included as standard, but they are available on their website. So a lot of you were saying that when you ordered yours, they didn't come with these, and this is just something that Vanguard provided for video purposes. And you guys have got to remember, they wanted me to show off their product. They wanted to see what I thought about it. And it wouldn't have been good if they sent me it to do, because obviously you did buy the adapters to whatever mags you're using and so forth. It makes sense to send the adapters because then you can see them on the video and I can explain to you what they do. So the battery is included with the Speedloader, the one that came with it, that velcros to the inner casing. The red BBs are indeed meant for testing only. They deliberately chose red so they would be easily distinguishable from, if they put cheap test BBs in this thing and then you go chuck your BBs in and they're the same colour like white, then, if they're red, it's very distinguishable. It's easy for you to say, right, all the red BBs are out and now I'm feeding my 2s, 2.5s, 3s, whatever you're going to be using. So with the extended thing, they developed this specifically for special magazines, like those for the HK417, where the default tubes can't reach the feeding hole on the adapter. So that's just to help with specific magazines. So if you need a little bit of extra space, then the extender is what you need. In regards to the warranty, because I did butcher that bit, I was trying to read from memory, but I did get it wrong. So the warranty on this thing, the Pro model that is, and it's probably, part and parcel of going for the Pro. It does have extra features on it compared to the normal Mark II. But the Pro model comes with 10 million BB count warranty. So you have warranty on this thing, until you've fed 10 million BBs. And I don't think a lot of people can quite grasp the amount of BBs that is. That would take me years to do. I don't even think I would even get to that number in the foreseeable future, but, there we go. Especially because, I use GBBRs and not high caps or like EPM ones. I imagine if you're using EPM ones all day, every day, you're going Airsoft every weekend, then you might start getting up to those high numbers. They do have service, as well as a warranty, spare parts are available, so you can get them. They do offer support for this. They do have service centres in the UK and in the US. In the UK, it's a company called Titan Forge Airsoft. That's their current distributor and service point for UK customers. And it also makes them much more affordable in the UK for us because you don't have to pay import charges and, all the bullshit charges that Parcel Force or whichever courier it comes through like to charge you. So I just wanted to get that information out there. I wanted to just make sure that I was, rather than just winging it and just leaving it like that, I thought I'll go make sure these points I've done are accurate, and if they're not, I can come back on the video and tell you. So there we have it. Now, this brings me on to the next thing. I did test a bunch of mags. Now, there's going to be people that go in the last video as well as this one and go, well, how does it feed with GHK mags, or how does it feed with, I don't know, WA, GBB mags, how does it feed with KCO2 mags? I can only test it with the magazines that I've got. If you haven't seen the magazines in any of my videos, or the replicas in any of my videos recently, I probably don't have them. So as much as I'd love to test them for you, I don't have access to every single type of magazine. Wish I did, but I don't. So if you've seen a gun on the channel, and it's something that I've still got and you want to see that interact with it, then fair dues, we'll do that for you. So we're going to be putting this through its paces now in terms of we've rocked up to our airsoft site, we're in the safe zone or whatever, I'm getting my gear ready and I need to fill them up. So I'm a GBB user, although we'll test AG stuff as well. For the AG stuff, I'll probably need something that I've got a lot of. So I'm going to find some, you know, example AG mags, and then we're going to get into what we really came here for, which was the GBB stuff. Right, I'm going to use these because someone asked me about MDR X mags in the Discord. So we're going to be using them as the example. How many do these hold? I can't quite remember. I think it's like 80 rounds. At a guess, I mean, I should always check this stuff, shouldn't I? But I'm pretty sure these hold about 80 rounds. It will stop if it needs to. So we're going to select the second preset. I'm going to go up to 80 rounds. I think that's what they are. Again, are they 80 or are they 110? I really can't remember. Maybe I should check. Maybe I shouldn't. Let's just send it. Let's give it a go, shall we? So we're gonna go with 80 rounds. See if this fills in. So it did just kick out at 80. So I'm going to go with what my assumption was as correct. So I'm going to use these as an example. Now, if you wanted to be, you know, a little bit cautious, which some of you may do, you can go down 1 on the BBs, or even go down like 4 or 5 if you really want to make sure and keep longevity of mags. You don't want to be overfilling them, because we always go with a manual speed loader till we feel a bit of resistance and we leave it there. We don't force them in. So I'm at the game site. I'm going to run my Silverback MDRX. This is usually a pretty standard combat loadout. I think 6 mags for anything. I wouldn't be running 10 mags with high caps. I don't run high caps anyway. I think everyone should run mid caps, especially if you're not a GBBI user. So I'm coming to the game zone. I'm going, right, I need to get into a game. My gun's all set. I'm all chronoed. Let's get ready to go. So I'm just going to show you how fast we can do this. Okay, so here we go. Let me just push that in. So here we go. Bloody followers. See anything that's going to slow me down? Just going to try and force this one on. Yeah, it does work. So you can see there, that was next to no time at all. So just for reference, because I know I'm going to get people ask me, I'm going to use this little gizmo here. This is actually a really good thing to use it for, to be honest. Use it for your speed loaders. We're going to put another bunch in there. So for reference, this is how long it's going to take you to fill these up. So let's give it a go. There we go. We are full. So, you know, not a crazy amount of time. The thing that to remember about this, these are, you know, fairly low capacity mid caps. Doing that with EPM 1s at 250 rounds, it takes a hell of a lot. I can tell you now, it takes a hell of a lot more effort. So with the higher capacity mid caps, you're going to notice it more. However, you know, we spent all that time filling that mag up, and that is just so much faster. That's what I want to get through to you guys, is how fast, not only fast, but how smooth this thing is as well. So there we go, and then we get to the end of our game. We've got a load of ammo in the mags that we didn't use. We haven't got to mess about. We can just dump the rounds back into the hopper of the speed loader, and away we go. And I'll pack these away in my gear, pack my gun away, and go home. It is as simple as that. Right. Normal combat loadout for a Tokimura MWS. That's predominantly what I use. And I personally feel that most people out there, not everybody, everybody's different, but in my head I feel that everyone that's running an MWS as a main rifle, probably on average is going to be running about 6 mags. Some of you might run less, that's fine. Some of you absolute chads might be running around with 10, 15 of these things, and if you are, hats off to you, that's a lot of weight. But, you know, I've got 6 here. I do actually have another one, so I do have 7 of these standard MWS mags. So what I tend to do nowadays, if I'm going to a site that's a bit more shooty and it's not like a milsim or a weekend event, I will take, you know, a loadout of 6 magazines and then I'll put 1 in the rifle. So I've got 7 in total. If I don't use them, happy days. However, sometimes that extra mag can mean all the difference. Now I'm going to show you what it's like to fill one of these mags. It's not difficult at all. So let's dump some extra BBs in the Speedloader because it is low. And if you're using one of these adapters, thank you very much for supporting Jaeger Precision, but you might be using the standard BB loader, which is like a tube. Do I have one to hand? Probably not. So you hold the tube on the mag, you fill the tube up with a manual speed loader, then you plunge them down. This is faster than that, but you know, just filling your BBs in. It's not quite as smooth as an AEG because it has to redirect, you know, 90 degrees. But there we go. I've filled my mag, but not only have I filled my mag, I can actually get 36 in the mag when I'm doing it this way. So I have to pop the top round out. And there we go. So, in fact, we'll leave that one. In fact, no, we won't. We'll pop this out because I'm going to show you how fast we can fill these mags up. Now, some people have said, have you tried my MWS mags on the GBB adapter that comes with it? I haven't, and perhaps I'll do that in this video towards the end, because I honestly believe that you know, a purpose-built, you know, adapter like this, whether you use mine, whether you use other, you know, there are many creators out there that have done similar things. I think it's a much better choice because you're taking something that works very well and you're just taking the feed from the automatic Speedloader. So I get to my game. I've got my 7 mags. I know I'm leading you on this, guys. I'm just trying to make sure I get all the information. And here we go. They've called on. I've been chatting away in the safe zone for far too long with people that I haven't seen in a while. And they've just gone, game on in 5 minutes. And you're like, oh shit, I haven't put any BBs in my mags. So I need to do this speedy time because the game's going to be called on. Luckily, I've already gassed all my mags up already. And away we go. Now I'm already halfway through. It's taken no time at all. I haven't got to do anything. I'm literally just taking the mag, putting the adapter on, holding that together and pushing down. And then I hit a button. And, you know, if you are one of those giga chads that takes 10 or more of these into a game zone, you're going to absolutely love this. And if you can afford 10 or more MWS mags, then you can more than easily afford one of these loaders. So there we go. That's how fast it was. Now, you might not be using standard TM MWS mags, even though they are, in my opinion, the best mag you can use. But you might say, well, wait, I'm an absolute Gucci whore. I want P-mags. Well, we've got some Guns Modified P-mags here. The only one that's a little bit different is this one, because this is a version 3. The rest of these are version 1s. And we're going to do the same thing again. You'll take the same adapter. The Guns Modify ones do fill even easier than the Marie ones, especially the version 1s. The only annoying thing is when you've got to unload GBB mags. I did have an idea the other day for, you know, clearing these mags after you've, you know, perhaps you got to the end of the day, you've got a couple of mags left. It's always a pain pulling them out one by one. So there is something that I want to model up and try with the printer and just see if the idea that I've got will actually work. And yeah, we've got our 6 PMags, just so rapidly filled up. I can carry on nattering to people that I haven't seen in a while, or, you know, I do occasionally get people come up to me and ask me questions about stuff because they know me off of YouTube, which I still have a bit of imposter syndrome about. But usually people say they recognise my voice and not my face. So the version 3, they are still a bit tricky. The feed lips are different. I don't know whether it's the material they've used. I still need to work on this problem. The PMag adapter will work up to a version 2. But what I want to try, you see, just kind of dorked up my Speedloader trying to force it. What I do want to try is, we'll dial this back to 30. Can this Speedloader force feed the BBs into a mag that just doesn't want to be fed? And yeah, yes it can. That's actually quite remarkable. So this usually is a massive chore because the version 3 feed lips are just so tight with my adapters. They work up to version 2. I still need to design a workaround for version 3. But if you do have version 3 PMags and one of my adapters, the Vanguard loader has no problems with that whatsoever. It just straight into the mag. So hope I've cleared up some questions, maybe a little bit of misinformation here and there. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not going to do another 30-minute video. Hope you've enjoyed this. I did say I was going to test the GBB adapter that it came with, so let's do that quickly. I'm just not a fan of like generic GBBR adapters because they don't always load the BBs in the perfect path to what the magazine is, because you can't, because, you know, a lot of GBB mags are different in the way that the angle and the position of the way that they load. The easy loaders that I've done are very specific in the way that they push them into the mag to make it as easy as possible. But that being said, can we, I'm going to leave it on 30, not 35, can we use this? The only thing I will say is it doesn't allow you, see the holes there, it doesn't allow you to push this in far enough. Now we could try and force it in at an angle, but you're going to have to hold it funny. Where with the easy loader, you pop it on, it's perfectly contoured to the magazine. So you'll see it's perfectly shaped to the magazine. So as long as you apply downwards pressure on the adapter so it doesn't go anywhere, it's a perfect feed. But let's give it a go, see if we can angle it. I'm going to guess. Oh. It does work. I don't think I'd feel quite comfortable doing that to all my MWS mags with how, you know, how expensive they are to replace. I don't think I would subject my feed lips to that amount of like off-center force. But, you know, if you haven't got one of the adapters, you've got the loader, you can do it. Just do it with caution, that's all I say. So, thanks very much for tuning into this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the links in the description below if you'd be so kind. I need to now strip all these mags of ammo. And thanks for tuning in. And as always, from me and Bench, we'll see you in the next video.